Greetings and welcome to episode 27 of my Empire Total War Darth mod Knight of St. John campaign. And this, my friends, how we left it last time, where last episode, if you remember, my friends, we withheld a sustained attack against Mysore. It really was a brutal fight, but we managed to hold. We managed to finally hold, my friends, and with that we've broken the back of the majority here of the assaulting armies of the Maratha Confederacy. But that isn't to say the Maratha Confederacy is completely out of this war just yet, but also our allies here, the Mughal Empire, have finally found it within themselves to launch a sustained attack against the rest of the Maratha Confederacy here, especially here in the north. As you can see, they've already taken Malwar back. They've sort of realigned all of their front line here, so they've really brought themselves back into this war in a great way. It really hasn't. They're even besieging Calcutta here, we're ourselves besieging Cuttack here, because we want access here to the Bay of Bengal, and what it provides is dry dock here. But remember, the question of the council was, if Calcutta is not taken by the Mughal Empire, do we then ourselves lift this siege of Cuttack and then move to Calcutta ourselves? Because ideally, we would, if Calcutta is going to provide a much greater boon both economically and strategically for us, it's going to give us access not only to the East Indies here and be able to really pump a lot of the trade through in and out of here. It also give us access here to the port of Calcutta, which is a huge commercial port. It really is, and that would then boost our profits and our economy massively. We already hold probably some of the prime real estate here in India itself, in Mysore and in Arcot here, Karnataka. But ideally, but also the council did say that we should use the army from Arcot here and move up northwards here and try and establish as Hyderabad as our main sort of northern redoubt here before the Mughals take Satara here, or Bijapur, and then as we sort of establish this sort of split right down the middle here of the southern front, where we have the Mughals on this sort of the eastern side, or the western side, I beg your pardon, and our empire would be on the western side here. If we could take Cuttack, that would join up with Hyderabad. We could pretty much control all of the seaboard here and a great swathe of the sort of central part of the southern part of India, which would be absolutely fantastic. That would do our economy no end of good. It really would. As you can see here, we've already got that flowing, 1,000 coming in from Mysore. That's how important it is, and it's not even been upgraded to where it can possibly be. We've got a huge way to go. 2 more upgrades before it reaches full capacity. We could be looking at about 2,000 just coming from Mysore itself, which is huge. And also we've got true trading ports, 1,500 here from Arcot, and indeed another nearly 2,000 from Arcot. So Arcot is nearly 4,000 it's bringing in here of trade to us, which is just ginormous. It really is. Let's have a look here, 3,480, which is absolutely fantastic. 1,000 here, as you can see, nothing else is able to come in because we've cut off all other means of bringing in here. Unfortunately, the Mughal Empire hasn't managed to repair the port here in Surat, but they have taken this port here. We can only hope. So I think what we'll do is we'll just move our forces into here just to make sure that this port does not come back into full use. We have to starve the Marathans out of any further income. So as you can see, the brutality of that fight is evident here. We've had to really throw all of our sort of income into this. We've got nearly 20,000 income. Most of it's from trade, as you can see here, 45,000 in trade. We've got a huge trade income. And as you can see, we did have that huge fight here. We've had to replenish all of these forces involved, particularly the Middle East Royal Cairo Infantry Guards were absolutely pivotal in the defence here of Mysore. It really was a brute of a fight, but we managed to hold. Now what we mustn't do is got an abundant yield here of gems. It is so rich, Calcutta, Karnataka, I beg your pardon, it really is. Now, the council has requested we sort of move up here and strike this army here, to defeat this army, and then we've got this army here that can probably hold both. However, I'm wondering if we need to move into Hyderabad as soon as possible, because unless these forces get drawn into the fight up here, what we'll do, we'll just wait and see what happens here. We don't want to be throwing ourselves at the mercy to try and take Hyderabad and then find ourselves trying to defend both of these and losing both. So I think what we'll do, we'll begin. I'm not sure we've got any. What have we got? Anything in? No, we've got nothing at all here. We've got the gunnery school in being constructed here for the 12 pounders, but this is more. We're building this to more for the next upgrade. We've already got access to these cannons, but we're building the gunnery school to give us that next jump in the sort of production line, which takes us up to 24 pounders. As you can see here, that's going to give us access to ordnance bore, which is going to give us 24 pounders. It's going to give us 24 pounders heavy horse guard artillery as well. That is a wonder. Puckle guns as well, which I know the council are very keen upon. Engineering school, which is, you know, really going to give us the apogee of the guns we need here. But we really have come a long way since the very start of this, where we had no technology at all. Our technology really has taken off in great leaps and bounds. It really has. We've almost got measuring tools here, which is going to give us that access to the infrastructure we need of metal roads. But wait just a minute, sir. Of course, we want platoon firing. It's going to give us access to Army Staff College. And that should open up, indeed, guards. But no, just guards, I think. We're not going to get a huge amount. Excuse me, my friends. We're not going to get a huge amount from that, but it's just to be able to get that. Mind you, machine rifling will give us sharpshooters and riflemen. Probably need to start moving, but we don't have any access to naval facilities just yet, which is a little bit disconcerting. However, we do have a lot of our agriculture already in place. Metal industry is flowing quite nicely. We do need to probably get flying shuttle as well. That'll definitely help, particularly in India. But our strength is growing here very, very fast. If we can take attack, and that's defended by quite a substantial force. We mustn't underestimate what we're up against here. What we could do, though, eventually is move down here and take Hyderabad, maybe even Nagpur. But we're hoping that this assault here by the Mughal Empire is going to prove dividends here, pay dividends. They do have the forces here to overwhelm the remaining forces here of the Marathans. My gut feeling, and that of the council, was they may throw everything they have at us here to try and dislodge us, so they can then turn their ire, their gaze upon the Mughal Empire. So in other words, try and knock us out of the war as quickly as possible, regain access to these facilities, and then be able to turn all of their might against the Mughals. We can't allow that to happen. So if they fail the attack, we will move. We'll sort of end the siege here. We will take Calcutta. But again, that will free up a substantial force here in Katak, which we do need to get our access to. What is the income here? 1,419 industry. Mining is substantial here. It really is. That's why, because of the iron mine here. They've got iron workshops as well. We've got a pleasure gardens. We've got a dockyard here as well. That will prove quite enough. We don't need 2 dockyards. So we'll probably convert one of these into a trading port as quickly as we possibly can. But India really is the way we're going to turn things around here. Now, as you can see, back in the Mediterranean, we did give New Spain Tripoli. We do have substantial forces here, but we are waiting to move potentially against Morocco if we're able to. As you can see, look at the trade coming in here, 30,000 coming in through here. So we are one of the predominant and preeminent trading nations. But look at the Dutch. I mean, that is gigantic. And they are at war, if I'm not mistaken, with Poland. Yes, indeed. So that is an almighty tussle. I mean, look at this fight here. I mean, the Dutch are just absolutely rampant at the moment. They really are. And we're at war with Britain still, but we can hold against whatever they send against us, but one day we will strike against Britain itself, and woe betide Britain. They will feel that. We are allied with Sweden, and they have managed to sustain or reinvest and redeploy back into their heartland, but they still haven't got a hold of Christiania here in Norway. Let's hope the Swedes can hold out against the Russians. We do have a lot of trade, a huge amount of trade with the Ottomans. I think we're single-handedly keeping the Ottoman Empire afloat in terms of its trade, because they are. Look at Russia. Russia is just staggering superpower. It really is. But the tussle here between the Dutch and the Poles, and the Poles have the backing of the Russians, remember, so that's going to be a real humdinger. But ultimately our goal is to take Morocco if possible. We're not going to be fearing from Spain, but I know that many of the council are asking us to turn our gaze back to the Mediterranean, but we really do have to focus. We've got the 6th rate here. We're going to send these gentlemen to the trade lines. Let's have a quick look at what our trade lines are doing here at the moment. Oh my goodness me, look at that. Now that is Austria here, but I'm not sure whom that is there. Now we do have a lot of trade coming in from the coast of Brazil. Or the Ivory Coast, yes, we've got a lot of access to the Ivory Coast as well. We're doing quite well, almost 4,000 from there. But will they move against us now? They won't, but they've got a first rate ship of the line here. So we've got to be very wary of what's happening there. Strait of Madagascar, we've got a massive presence here in the Madagascar. Strait of Madagascar. We control all of the trade lines here. Bar this one here. We might just send these. What about in East Indies? We have no presence in here as well because of the Mughal Empire. But we might send some ships back there eventually, but we're not going to risk it. I think we'll send them to here to increase this trade line here. So we're going to send them to Brazil. Now, let's have a look what we've got in Brazil here. What we've got 18 here, 39 for cotton, which is really is absolutely abundant here. We've also got spices. I think we'll send them to we'll send them to the coast of Brazil. So let's do that immediately. Let's not delay. South American trade. We're going to keep that trade because it was the council that pushed very heavily for us to have these trade fleets, and only because of the trade fleets are we in the position where we're able to actually launch this attack into India and actually be able to sort of hold our own, which at one point many of us feared that was never going to pass because of our weakness in a lot of areas. We can only hope that the Ottoman Empire holds out here. Now Russia has actually taken Belgrade here from the Ottomans. I wonder if we can help the Ottomans in terms of research. They've got everything. They don't need any of our help. They've got the whole kit and caboodle here. So they can hold their own there. They can hold their own. Right, I think we can end the turn here, my friends. We're going to keep. I was going to go on India. This really is crucial here. Russia is knocking on the door of Persia as well, so we've got to be careful here. Are they friendly with the Mughal Empire? Oh, we're going to have to aid them as well. No, they're at war with the Mughals, Russia. So we need to end this war here with the Marathans quickly. Otherwise, we're going to have the Russians knocking on the door here of Nirun and Punjab. That means us having to deploy to help the Mughals, while Russian influences, go to sweep through India. So let's end the turn here. Let's see what happens, my friends. Our Austria. And of course we do also have a presence in the New World. I've completely forgot about that, my friends. I do beg your pardon. Excuse me, we have got a quite a substantial presence in the New World, as well. As you can see here, we've got Martinique. We've got Antigua here, is still controlled by the British, but I think we might be launching an attack against the British. Mind you, look, why are these gentlemen here? Why are 13 colonies here with a substantial force? United Provinces they're just huge. Let's just not beat around the bush here. They are massive. We're juggling and spinning a lot of plates here all at the same time. So our gaze must remain constantly fixed on what we have planned here. The council have been incredible. They really have, my friends. It's been an absolute joy here. I'm hoping to sort of mix things up a little bit in terms of how the council is represented within each episode. I want to bring the council more into each episode and highlight the council's contribution in a lot more prominent way in each way. That means when I'm editing the videos, I want to add something that brings the council more into sort of focus with each of these campaigns. So I'm looking to do that. Of course, time has been my enemy of late, my friends. So I do apologise for that. But it looks like the Ottomans do have a substantial forces here to hold their own, which is good to see. And they're also starting to look to build their infrastructure and their economy, which is excellent to see. Because not only does it help them, it also helps us indirectly. Excuse me, my friends. Now, Sweden are allies, but are they going to go for Russia? There's a chance they're moving towards Russia, indeed, sir. Well, I'll be damned. That's what I meant. That's exactly what I meant. There it is. They're going to start combining forces here to move against us. Don't tell me that they've got peace with the Mughals. Morocco, Mughal Empire. Yes, I think they've got peace with the Mughal Empire. No, have they though? Indeed, sir. No, they haven't. Mangalore. That's absolutely fine. Oh no, it's not. Now they've cut off a huge amount of our income, and I haven't actually. Because we can divert trade elsewhere, probably. But we're not going to fall for that trap. This is to try and lure us out of here. As I said, we've got to hold our own. We've got to hold our. What? They've given it to Spain. It looks like the Marathans have given this to Spain to stop the Mughal Empire getting hold of Ahmednagar. So that means the Mughal Empire is being pushed back to here. So it's probably hit after Nagpur. So we have to be very careful here. I think we might have to bring an additional force here. We're still not going to allow them to move out here. Now we're just going to quickly just see whether we can move into East Indies here. See what we can do with that. Because we intend to make the use of every single resource we have here. That's excellent. We've got Trinidad and Tobago here. Of course we do have substantial, but of course Britain have taken Antigua here. That's a substantial force, but still, no, that's replenishing. We were involved in a brutal fight here, as you can see. Look at that. It's going to take many months for this army to be brought back up to full strength. And of course, we do control, fortunately, French and Dutch Guyana. Tunis, excellent. So we've got an ordnance board here now. That's going to help us increase. Oh, and we've almost got access to this here. Can we? No, we can't just yet. Got a good army here. What can we get here? Now, household cavalry. I'd rather have household cavalry on the Indian front, but cuirassiers. We can put another army together here. Do we put another army together in Tunis? I'm not sure we really need to, but we do need to get dockyard here. We can't get any more privateers. They're already at full strength here with privateers. We did send a group of privateers to the New World. Let's actually keep. We do need to get access to naval shore facilities to get this dockyard. It'll give us access to fourth-rate ship of the line and a war galleon as well. Should definitely prove its worth. Can we trade, I wonder, with the Ottomans for anything here? We are friendly with the Ottomans. Do they have it? Yeah, it doesn't look like they do, which is a shame. What about the Mukhals? Nope. Again, which is a shame, they don't have it. What about Sweden? Nope, not a thing. That is a shame. Looks like we have to wait until we get access to that. Oh, come on now. Get this fixed here. Let's get this just to be on the safe side here, so we've got at least something ready for Tunis if something turns against us here. And what have we got here? We've got all palatial estate, which is excellent. We could do with a steam engine that'll drive that up there quite nicely. We've got a major fishery here just to help. Now we could do with some cannon in here, I think, but additionally we need some more cavalry. So let's just put these cuirassiers in there just to stiffen that one army. Anything we... oh, look at that. So we could get a college here. It's going to give us division of labour. What can we get here? Can we? We've already got division of labour. Classical University. Can we build, recruit? We've actually got an Ironmaster's workshop there. Nothing at the moment, so we might start putting together another army here. Let's increase our military presence here. Let's start with the cannon. Let's go for 12-pounders and two 12-pound foot. We'll also have, I think we'll have household cavalry as well. Now there's going to be a real punch of an army here. So I know that many of the council have asked for command of an army. We've got Andrew Ponty here. Jean-Luc Hill here as well. We've got that we don't have here. So this army here. So those of you, you may already have requested it, my friends. I do apologise if I have missed that, but please put in the comments below if you would like to be a commander of an army here. I will of course abide by your wishes. So anyone in the council who don't already have an army, please put forward your proposals for which army you'd like to be command of, and I shall do my utmost to make sure you have one. If there isn't one available, I will. Next one is available, you will get that one. I can promise you, my friends. But everything's upgraded here, so we're going to hold strong here, because the fact that they're moving such armies around here, we've got to be very careful, because it's inevitable they're going to try and move against Mysore again, and probably Arcot as well. So we're going to hold strong here. Oh, now we're sort of in our supply base here. As you can see, this one wall here is already gone, so signifying this wall is gone here. I really wish we could repair the walls, but unfortunately you can't. So we've just got to accept that the defences have been breached. We've just got to compensate for that when the fight comes. I think we'll just keep a little bit of a stock here for ourselves in terms of our bank. We'll leave something building up here. Where's our agents? Well, let's have a look at our spies. We've only got one rake here. He's in England. He's keeping a check on what Britain are doing here. Now, Britain aren't doing anything here, but that is a very, very powerful force. My goodness me. Royal British Marines, they've got Marines here. British Fusiliers really are the creme de la... oh my goodness me. The absolute creme de la creme. They've even got a victory up here as well. That's a... one day we will make Britain pay for what they did to us, because it almost cost us. They almost cost us the entire campaign. In the very first years of this campaign, we almost were snuffed out. Let's hope the Ottomans can hold strong here. Thankfully, they're starting to invest here in their infrastructure. They've got a small madrasa here. If we can buy something off them here. Quicklime shells would be absolutely wonderful to get off them, but no, we'll just wait. We're going to bide our time. Right, let's end the turn. Let's see what happens. Austria. United Provinces. I cannot believe they gave Spain armoured Naga. That really has thrown a spanner in the works there, because they've given Spain that to throw off the sort of the Mughal Empire from what he was doing. Oh, well done, United Provinces. And they're at war with Russia as well. So they really have put themselves under a huge amount of strain. They're on a like almost like a two-front war here against Poland and Spain. Now that is going to put a huge amount of pressure upon their resources. So we can only hope they can hold out there, because they're the only thing sort of keeping Russia and Poland in check. So actually we're rooting indirectly for the United Provinces, even though they're hostile with us. We're rooting for them. So, whoa. Oh. Now Spain want a military alliance. Now who are their allies? And their enemies are vast. The Ottoman Empire, United Provinces, Russia, Poland. That could tip us over the edge. I think we'll just stay out of this. They want a military alliance with us. But that means we'll be dragged into any new wars, and then the trade partners are Britain here. That would put us under a lot of strain. I might even tip the balance. No, I think we have to stay out of this, just to make sure that we don't get involved in any fights here with Spain. Maybe in the future, but Spain isn't really that strong. So we've got to be very careful what we're doing here. We don't want to get ourselves dragged into a war. Now, it looks... Has Poland moved in here quite substantially against the Dutch? Or has the Dutch moved against the Poles here? I'm not sure if they've moved quite deep in there into Polish territory. Ottoman Empire, come on now, Ottomans, you've got to do something here. Look at that, that's a good amount of forces there. Use them, gentlemen. Russia, look at the size of Russia, it is vast. If I'm not mistaken, they've just taken... Have they taken Denmark? Here it is, here it is. Here comes the build-up. Look at that. What a fight this is going to be here. This is going to be a heck of a fight. Now, that's an army that's already been really through the mill. This army is also not at full strength, but they're going to come at us all guns blazing here, so we've got to be very, very careful. We've got some good cavalry. Fortunately, we've brought cavalry with us. We've also brought plenty of cannon with us as well, but so have they. But they won't be able to use these mortars, so we'll outgun them. We've got plenty of troops with us as well, but they will have a massive amount of melee against us here. We've got to be absolutely prepared to take this fight. But let's do this. The Battle of Katak here will begin. Let's take this fight. And Calcutta is still under siege there, which is good to see. But Katak, if we can take Katak, we'll have a good portion there of the of that sort of southern seaboard, giving us direct access to the East Indies as well, trade ports. What a fight this will be. Will we be able to withstand a dual assault here? So it looks like we've got an army coming from behind us as well, so we've got to set our a very large perimeter. I'm going to hold back all of our forces. Oh, good grief, we're going to have to fight. This is not going to bode well here. This is not... wait. We can actually... Oh, this is a huge deployment area. Huge. The depth of this is massive, but we're not sure where those reserves are going to come in from. We want to avoid the village at all costs, but we want to use the village to break up their assault. My goodness me, it's a hot day. But it's cool though, I think it's a cooler day. As you can see, there it is in the distance. There's Calcutta in the distance, or Katak, I beg your pardon. In the distance there. Oh, look at this, gentlemen. We do have one regiment here. Got to keep all these gentlemen back in reserve. Right, first things first. We've got to be prepared here. So what we will do is we'll just stay on the outline of the village here. We've got this will be in our way though. As we shift here, let's cut the road. This is the road here, so we cut the road. Let's get our artillery set up here. That's more like it, gentlemen. We will give them absolute hell here. Now, let's set up our defensive lines here. None of these, all these are fresh troops here, so none of them have been in a fight yet. They're straight out of the sort of the drill school, as it were. Let's have the 31st here, right in the vanguard of the defence here, cutting the road. We're going to use everything at our disposal here. What we're going to do, we'll have a line here, and then we're going to sort of stretch it to the flanks, and we're also going to put cavalry probably behind us here to be able to sort of guard against anything coming from our rear. With the 57th here on the left, this is going to be quite a fight. Can we bring in any reserves? Hopefully we can. That's the problem, see, of these villages. They don't give you full access to everything you need here, so it's going to be very, very close here. .47th we'll have here on the extreme right. And we'll have another. That's a problem. See, we'll have to angle this regiment, another regiment here. We'll have the 49th, 50th. It is then. We'll angle this regiment here so that we can use these sort of huts and outbuildings to our advantage. As you can see, we're starting to now to cut off the angles here they can use. Now we can't. Can we use this slope here? I don't believe we can. We can actually. So we're going to start, as I said, cutting off these angles, but we're going to lose fire here. Now, again, we've got to be very, very careful what we're doing with our forces. We've got 5 regiments left available to ourselves. We've got cuirassiers here. Let's just pull them over here and here. 53rd, we're going to start cutting off the angles so that covering our flanks here. We're not going to take any risks whatsoever. Gentlemen, please. As you can see, the topography here does not bode well for us here. So we're going to pull these 3 regiments in and place them behind us here. Let's just spread them out a little bit better here, just in case we have that rear guard action here. We've got to fight. Actually, the likelihood is there's going to be cavalry coming in. We want cavalry here to protect against any flanking movements. And we have our cavalry here as well on the left. So as you can see, we've sort of sealed ourselves off here. Not hermetically sealed. We're not completely sealed off here, but we've sort of moved into a very defensive formation here. As you can see, using the sort of topography of the land here, letting it just flow along here. We've also got reserves if need be, but if we're attacked from behind, we're ready. We've also got cavalry ready to respond if we're attacked from a different position. We've pretty much covered all angles here, so we can't do any more than this. We have sealed ourselves in to a very firm defensive footing, but we don't have any reserves unless the cavalry can do that for us. Let's begin, my friends. can go. There it is. That's where that's where the reinforcements are coming in from. And to that end, we can now redeploy. Oh, gentlemen. Looks like they're going to switch from left to right, or they're right to left. Oh, I can't lose the chef, sir. Double time. Because they're going to strike us, try and strike us hard here. Well done, sir. Look at that, they thought they'd caught us out, but no, sir. Oh my goodness me, what a shot! Oh, this is not a Sunday stroll, gentlemen, move! Excuse me, he's in the back with them, my friends. You can probably guess who that might be. And you would be right. Ah, they've broken, look at that. Come on, gentlemen, move! Don't just dawdle. Oh, look at that shot there, sir. Oh, what a shot, sir! Can we just try and divide these forces from each other? Yes, we can. That's a lot of those 160 there, though. We don't want to get bogged down too much in the fighting here. Oh, well done, sir. Look at that absolute obliteration, sir. Into them, lads. They've gone, but my word, they've done a wonderful job there, sir. Oh, that's an absolute bloodbath. Sorry about that, my friends. Not a chance, sir. Come on, we need to get these freed up here. They're broken. Shatter them. Let's clear this flank. Right, let's start closing these lines. Double time, gentlemen, double time. Look at that, absolutely blitzed. Let's get in here. We've got to rid ourselves of these forces here. Come on, the fire support will prove. Yes. Good grief, how many more are there of them here? Got to make sure we clear this entire flank here. We want every single one of these units shattered here. got him. We've got to clear this flank here. Let's close this flank in here. Let's take the fight to them. It's going to become a real melee fight here. I do apologise for the noise in the background there, my friends, because you can probably tell we are not going to be allowed to fight this battle without interruption. We are starting to slowly get a grip here of this fight. What a fight it's been, what a fight it's been. They're shattered. Let's try and lead them on a merry dance here. I don't think so, sir. By damn, we're not going to lose this fight here. Oh dear, this is all going belly up here now. Let's try and turn this. We've lost 3 regiments here, just in like just as if they weren't even there. got to bring the general in here. Yeah, they're buckling now under the firepower. But my goodness me, what a fight this has been here. Those Hindu warriors, an absolute brute, sir. Ceasefire. We've lost a good chunk of this army here. Come on, let's put some ends in here. Keep firing. Are they broken? Take them down, lads. My goodness me, what a fight that was. Sir. Look at this rabble here. Get back in line, sir. Yes. What a fight that was. My goodness me. What a fight! That was a heck of a fight there, sir. But we prevailed, my friends. We prevailed once again. Look at that. We still lost 1,600 there. They lost 2,500. They've still got a huge amount left. Statistics here. Look at that. Cuirassiers. They did a wonderful job. 607 kills there between them. A fantastic, look at we absolutely held out wonderfully here against overwhelming odds. They've pushed back. Can we take the city? Possibly. Look at that, like we knew they would move against us here. They've moved against our economic targets here. Where are the Mughal Empire? There they are. There they are, sir. About time they did something here. Measuring tools are in now, full effect. So it looks like they're going to try and drag us out here, but they're not going to succeed. Going to put together another strike army here. I'm just going to keep them close to here. Ah, he's gone. The general's been killed there. Ah, excellent. We've now got ourselves a good amount of ships here. We can also get another war galleon here. Come on, Mughal Empire, you've got to take this here, sir. Oh my goodness me, look at that. What a fight that was. That is ridiculous. Let's send these gentlemen to where they need to be. And that is gaining us as much money as possible. Some of these Africa trade here. Going to absolutely get as much money as we possibly can here. We will not be defeated, my friends, I can assure you. Also, as we've committed so much. Now we're going to put together a very powerful strike force here. One more. And the rest are going to start to be infantry. We could do with some medium infantry. We don't have any to really rely on our cavalry. Here, Bengal.
perfetta efficienza. Spiegare le vele. Ordini? Tirare di bordo. Ordini ricevuti. In attesa di altri ufficiali sul ponte. Ordini stanno giù.
It looks like we leave. We head to West Africa.
Sì, signore. Ordini?
We are not going to risk anything in here. This is quite too close to us being possibly hit very hard.
Signore? Signore?
Let's really reinforce these trade lines here. Let's get this over 2,000 here. It should be over 2,000 gold coming in here now. Yes, excellent. Sure haven't missed any. Nope, indeed not, sir. Whoa, Ottoman Empire and Russia. That's going to be a real barnstormer there. Now, how's his army? It's ready for combat. I think what we will do is we'll upgrade this port here. We want to take this island here. We've got to be careful though. We need to take Britain out here. We need to take Antigua back. For national pride, if anything, and also for the economy here. Can we land on the islands and take them? We'll soon find out. A decent amount. Got Spain here as well, and New Spain. I'm going to move these gentlemen to here. Let's really reinforce this force here, just in case, you never know. Luck favours a prepared mind. It looks like Berlin has been taken by the Dutch, so they're quite clearly moving. Oh my goodness, look at the war zone here. It's an absolute brutish fight, sir. Can only hope the Ottomans can hold against Russia. Looks like Russia's going to start moving against them quite aggressively here. We need to take Katak as quickly as possible.
Insediamento assediato.
We will get a general in here. They have been hit very hard here, so we're going to. It would be in our favour. We'll continue sieging though. We've only got 933, but still we mustn't underestimate them.
Sono porci in un letamaio.
Let them come for the main cities, but they won't do that. See, they won't strike up against the main cities just yet. Looks like they're going to move against Bijapur here. Oh my goodness me, they got line of infantry mercenaries here as well, but if we can take Katak, we could make this army very strong again, and then possibly move up against and take Hyderabad, or maybe even take Nagpur. But Hyderabad really would be the prize here. That's as long as the Mughals can take Calcutta. If they can, then we should be in good stead. Now research. Ideally, I think we don't really need this here. I think we're going to go for quicklime shells. They're going to prove very, very useful in the coming wars. But I think, my friends, we're going to end this episode here. Thankfully, we've just sort of held our own here. We can repair this here to bring that income coming in again. It looks like they're not in the best of health at the moment. The Marathans, as you can see. A lot of their flags are ripped and torn, which means they're not able to really service their armies very well here. Now we've repelled them here as well. We've got to try to be able to hold as best we can. We've lost a lot of men here though, my goodness me. A lot of men have been lost. They can hold out for 3 more turns. I hope we can as well. Then we can replenish and repair. We will then have the connection between Karnataka and Orissa and the Sakaras, which would be absolutely fantastic. It really will. We'll control all of the sort of seaboard here. We've also got our navy being grown here. I think we'll have another war galleon here. Let's really improve our standing. And we'll get an admiral as well, I think. Let's get an admiral.
Vostra Maestà.
And can we get additional forces here? We can indeed, sir. 2 more line infantry. We'll create a brand new army here. Let's get a general as well. What have we got coming in then? 14,000. That's dropped substantially there, 14,000. But still, we have done very, very well, I think, here at the moment, my friends. And now it's good that the Mughals are now back in the fight. I don't know why they gave that to Spain. That is really bewildering. Probably to buy themselves some time. But hopefully we're on the threshold here of defeating them utterly. We could probably move against this army here and destroy one more army. I think that's what we'll probably do next episode, is move against them here, destroy the sort of strike force and start whittling away at their forces here. Also hitting here as well will be good. But my friends, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please keep your comments coming down below. The only reason where we are now is because of the council and your wonderful advice. It really has been absolutely fantastic. I'd like to thank all of you, my friends, for your incredible support, not just in this campaign, but all of them. I know I do apologise once again for them to being very, very slow coming out. There's a lot of days in between, but as you can hopefully understand, you know, work and other things, life and just in general, has just been really, really busy at the moment, especially with Christmas coming up. But thank you for all your wonderful support, my friends. And until next time, my friends, bye for now.